So the first thing again, become aware of the body with eyes closed. And when we are aware of the body, which is comfortable, or we make it comfortable in the beginning, but then what happens? After regular practice, the mind deeper within moves the body into a position to make it steady. So it is not an enforced discipline. And at the same time, the mind is looking within, maybe inside the head or the heart. So, what happens? We may say it is just sitting. When the mind is running in all the directions in the world, habitually, subconsciously, then what do we experience? The agitation in the body, discomfort, unease, and we constantly complain. Body is not listening. I need to do lot of practices. So any physical exercise fails when we want to do meditation. Asana is good, but then better than the asana is pranayama. We can say that pranayama or breathing practices is more of a satoguna. Now moving within to start the journey. Let the mind explore that there are only two things in the entire universe. It is a matter of awareness that will take us to a deeper state of meditation. Matter and consciousness. Matter, the world, and the consciousness, the self. The mind should know clearly that there are only two things in the world, self and the not self. What is not self is the matter. What is the self is the consciousness. When the mind lives in awareness all the time, it gets an idea I am and I am not. The moment we see many, many gives many thoughts. The moment the mind is aware of one common element, it is consciousness. So the more and more we live into that field of awareness, where there is only two things. So the mind either goes to the matter or goes to the consciousness. Simple. Beauty is when the mind moves to the matter, it becomes many. Because it becomes many, so it is scattered. So when it is scattered to the many, we have many thoughts. And when it is turning inward, looking at the consciousness, what happens to the mind? At the highest level, the mind merges. That is what the first step is. So we just live in awareness. There is another way to live into that awareness. I see you. You are not me. That is only thing required in day-to-day life. Whatever I see, whatever I know, whatever I experience is not me. Why? Because I see them, because I experience them. We need not to put force on the mind to know who am I. We just remain aware the world of many is not me, including I am not the body because I know it. Simple. I know the breath, I am not. I know the mind, I am not. I know the thoughts, I am not. But still, I am performing action. Action is performed by the body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, thoughts, ideas, etc., etc. So, what is the first step that gives an insight to me that whatever I see and know, I am not? So, when I am not the body, breath, mind, intellect, and ego, how can I perform an action? How can I claim that I am the doer and the enjoyer? No way. So, but who claims that I am the doer? I claim. Who is this I? That is what the ego says. If you dissect the body and want to find out ego, you cannot find it. So we understand that when I say I am the doer, who is the doer? I simply become aware of the body, sense organ, breath, intellect, ego, intellect, thoughts. How all together becomes ego. So that ego sense follows what mind likes, what body likes. So here our masters say that do the nitya karma and the naimitya karma without, free from ego sense, not by forcing, but by understanding. We need an understanding. Understanding demands awareness, reflection. So we are doing the karma, nitya karma, naimitya karma, so that we confirm to the mind these are the karma needs to be done, should be done. If we don't do it, we will be punished. Punished means we will suffer unnecessarily, without any reason. And if we perform, we don't get the reward. So means that karma we cannot leave in the life. How simple it is. So then what happens? When we start doing karma in that awareness, the magic happens. What is that magic? We find that the karma is a play and a fun, not bound by the fruits and the ego sense. Any action and every action, including the practice. Let us bring the knowledge and the practice or action together. You are looking deep inside the head in the space. Pick up a point in the space. Experience the calmness is already there. Pick up only a point. I'm simply saying that you experience calmness at a point. Let it be 1%. Your mind cannot deny it. So when you cannot deny it, you are dropping the ego sense. How come? Because ego sense I am doing. But you already experienced that calmness. So question of doer it doesn't arise. You keep looking at a point in the space and calmness is there. So now you say Shanto Ham means I'm the peace. You declare because you have seen it, you have experienced it. Then again become aware of the space. Again pick a point in the space and experience calmness. I mean to say you see the calmness and then you say Shantoham. By any action you are not creating calmness. You see it, you are aware of it, you experience it, hence you say Shantoham. Again you see the space. Look at a point in the space. Experience the state of calmness. And then you say Shantoham. This ego is a barrier and the helper. Since when we were born, it is the helper to create an individuality. Now it is a barrier. Why it imposes itself on every stuff. So we discover through the awareness, not by force or the effort. Again, you see the space, become aware of a point in the space, and these principles are compressed principles from the teachings of more than hundreds of texts. So we have to go slowly to reach to the higher. Now see that ego is not there, but whatever the karma we do in our life, there has to be a result. good or bad, high or low, profit or loss, victory or defeat. That is why we say karma is defective. There has to be a result. So the ego sense may pop up to claim that this is what I did in the result. So we replace this ego sense with an existence. Existence is pure consciousness. In the beginning, the consciousness which is unmanifest cannot be accepted by the mind because the mind and the ego pushes, show me. So we use the device, the image of a guru or Shiva, that let result of all the actions go to Shiva. It is the Shiva who is doing. Why? We want to get away with the doer and the enjoyer in the mind. When we do any karma, we claim we are the doer. Result coming, we are the enjoyer. But now we know we are performing an action through the body, energy, mind, thought, which is not me. I am not the body. How can I claim that I am doing the action, I am the doer? We are aware that we are none of them. Then who is the doer and the enjoyer? So, when the mind claims I am the doer and the enjoyer, are wrong notions created by the mind over years. And the mind will not like to lose this status. Why? The moment the mind loses the status, mind is gone. So two things happens. Due to mind creates an extreme fear. If you are not the doer and the enjoyer, what will happen to you? Then you do not exist. But our masters say, as long as we are the doer, karta, and the enjoyer, bhokta, we will remain in ignorance. So, when we are a seeker, it inspires us to give all our fruits of our action, including the doership and the enjoyership, to the existence. But the existence is Satchidanand, it is absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. It has no name in the form. So there the mind plays a trick. It says, just check, there is nothing. Why you want to go into the nothingness? So we say, okay, we play with the mind, okay, have our guru image or the Shiva in the manifest form. So we look inside the head or the heart again, become aware of the space, become aware of a point in the space. And in that space, we visualize Shiva and we drop Om Namah Shivaya. But sometime you see that first we should see the image. That is one part. And then we say Om Namah Shivaya. But again, it doesn't work that way. So we see the triangle, right? Three powers of the mind. Creates wrong notion. Well, drop the wrong notion. So one side, Om. Behind the Om, we see the infinite space. Namaha, not me. What is this not me? No enjoyer, no doer. You see how I design these practices? Not me. And Shivaya. When we say Shivaya, we see the image of the Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. So in this step, our goal is to help the mind to replace the doer and the enjoyer with Shiva. Continue. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So with the meaning and the knowledge behind, that is very important. We are not doing the as if the mantra japa mechanically, habitually. Om, that is Satchidanand. Namah, no enjoyer, no doer, I'm not. Shiva, we see the Shiva. You are everything. I could not see you while saying Om, but that Om manifests as Shiva. Now you can have an image of the Shiva in any, maybe small, maybe big, maybe sitting on the mountain, maybe inside your head or the heart, maybe in front of you, maybe at the back of you, doesn't matter. We are giving a tool to the mind in the form of an image to drop that doer shape. And so in daily life, the moment the mind says, let me do it, you say, let me do it outside, but inside, let Shiva do it. So when Shiva is doing, so the result also goes to Shiva. That purifies the mind and opens a new level of awareness. Mind goes deeper. The question arises, everything is okay, it is helping me, it is helping me to go deeper. But then we have to